Welcome to your Inspirational Astrology weekend holiday forecast. I am astrologer David Palmer, the Leo King, here to illuminate the collective consciousness. Well, we have so much to talk about because we're going to be talking about Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. I'm going on vacation, so I'm ready for a vacation. I'm excited. It's July 4th. If you're not from America, I am celebrating the birthday of this country, which is a Cancer, and we are in Cancer. We've got Jupiter in Cancer, and I think this is a very powerful 5 days because, more importantly, Saturn is on its last days of retrograde. And when we come back into reality next week, Saturn goes direct right there, Sunday night into Monday. Bam! We got a new moon over the weekend as well in Cancer. But before all this happens, and we're going to go into that, we have to talk about Wednesday, the Sun squaring Uranus and still opposing Pluto, this T-square energy. I talked, if you're following me on Facebook, about the eye of the storm. Well, we're finishing this storm. Expect the unexpected. Find new ways to harbor in these new emotions, this new chapter in your life. I think that this is the last weekend of not living in your truth aloud. As we come out of the weekend, you will see directly, it's time to move forward into my truth more. I think this is the last weekend of slack by the universe. This is us really unveiling the truth, especially with Saturn in a stationary position. It really does create more snapshots of what's happening in our reality, of what's the truth, what's not the truth. Are we living in our true passionate energy? I think it's interesting, especially that after we leave this crazy energy on Wednesday, so pay attention to Wednesday because, you know, you might be caught off guard. This is us leaving behind that old system, those old rules that can harbor you into the past and stepping into this new chapter of our lives and finding new comfort, new emotions while being tested by really radical different things. And it's about embracing the radical, about embracing the weird energy that comes and not being afraid of it. And to really take this energy and channel a new emotional place by you having new courage in yourself, by you reacting to the crazy changes in your life in a new emotional state. Thursday, the moon will be coming into Gemini. It actually comes in late Wednesday night, but you know, it is interesting that here we are, the moon comes into Gemini for July 4th, for the 5th, and even into the 6th, where it is the dark moon starting to form. This is a moon in Gemini, which is going to highlight a lot of our past, a lot of the things that we have been stepping over. So much that has happened, right? In Gemini, we had Jupiter here, and this is the moon finishing a lot of this chapter. This is also the last time the moon is going to touch Mars in Gemini for the next couple years. So, you know, the actions we take in the mind, the actions that we take over this weekend are going to be very interesting ones. I think it's going to really play out as we come towards the weekend as, you know, a lot of intense energy, but to make sure that, you know, it's harbored in spirit, that it's not against spirit. I think that there's a lot to question, a lot to ponder as we come into the weekend, especially as this is a dark moon in Gemini. This is us with Mercury retrograde. You know, there's so much that we're thinking about. Saturn doing this weird direct thing that this weekend is going to be very weird. Not your typical holiday weekend if you're in America, because there's going to be so much to ponder. What's real? What's not? What is my truth? Venus is going to start trining Uranus, so I think some exciting things can happen with relationships, some really weird stuff with relationships, and I think a lot of the truth, a lot of like, I need to disconnect from this, it's not part of myself in a different relationship and so forth. Like, you're going to see through the veil in a very weird way this weekend. This weekend will really bring you to a new perception of your life, new emotions, and get you ready for the new chapter that really begins next week. It is going to be intensely next week that we really step into this new direction, because Saturn going direct, the truth's out, Venus past Uranus, and a lot of this happens on Monday, especially as this new moon happens this weekend, especially more towards Sunday. This is us really starting to harbor in this new chapter in our lives as we now have Jupiter here in Cancer and Mercury retrograde, and this is happening close to Mercury retrograde, that this is us really figuring out the new place in our life. And it won't be till Mercury goes direct that I think that things are really going to step forward into this more, but you know, we're really starting to play around with the starting gate. And it's not about in Cancer how fast you run, it's about how secure you are. And this is us feeling out what we want to do with this new chapter that is brewing in our life, the new future that has been brought in front of us. So send out to the universe this weekend what you want, but I think it's interesting, this is all happening right when Saturn's getting ready to go direct here. So It's time to broadcast what we want to the universe out based off new truth, based off no more lies. It's time for us to anchor in our truth. It's time for us to not be afraid of the secrets in ourselves, the true passion, the true feelings we have inside, and to make sure that we harbor into those, that we anchor into those. And more importantly, that we really start to use this week and into the weekend. Sorry, it's an extended horoscope, but to really observe what happens in order to direct your life the right way as we come back into Monday. Check out my website, inclusiveastrology.com, if over the weekend you want to purchase a reading, or if you want to also purchase the webinar to go deeper into what July, August, and September are all about. It's all on my website, inclusiveastrology.com. Thank you guys so much for the support. Hope you have a wonderful July 4th, and I will see you guys on Monday.